welcome Mr. Jarvis Releford. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. On the show today. You guys, I'm doing very well in you. You guys, say that again?
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. You guys, please share the link below. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to ask your questions, and Jarvis will be here, and I'll be here as well to answer some of your questions. Jarvis is a branding king here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. Anything branding, anything you need when it comes to your brand, he is the man to contact for that. And hopefully, Jarvis, if you could, put your contact information below in the link as well so people can reach out to you guys. I mean, he was my photographer behind my photo shoot. He does a lot of things to help me with building my brand and things like that. So I wanted to make sure I brought to you guys the amazing people that I do business with and other business professionals around the Atlanta, Georgia area. So Jarvis, please take a moment and introduce yourself and tell people about yourself.
Hey world, my name is Jarvis Releford. I am the Executive Creative Director at Brandnewconsultinggroup based here in Atlanta. We are a branding and marketing firm that specializes in helping our clients attract new clients, sell higher ticket items without going to networking events, without wasting time, passing out business cards, without going to lead generation services like Groupon. And we do this through a service that I like to call magnetic marketing. So that's what we do. We help people make money through branding and marketing services, and that's pretty much it in a nutshell, right?
That's awesome. So I mean, when you say that's pretty much it in a nutshell, but exactly what does that look like when you say you help people? If I was a client and I come to you and I'm looking to start a any sort of business, what is the steps? What exactly? How do you help people with that?
So the first thing that we do is I can't help you if I don't know what it is you do, right? Mm-hmm. And in my past, I was in a place where I was just helping everybody. Oh, you need this. Oh, you need that. So what and based off the consultation, I have to make the determination if I can help you or not. And not saying I can't help you. Anybody can get a photo shoot. Anybody can get a logo. Anybody can get graphics created. But can I help you attract your ideal client? Can I help you attract your ideal target audience? And I determine that in the consultation. So once we are able to determine that I can help you, and I have some guidelines that I go by. What type of business do you have? What type of person do you have? I look at the vibe. If the vibe is good, if you're energetic, those types of things. If you take coaching well, and I put those things into account before I invite a client to work with them.
Okay, awesome. And so when it comes to brand responsibly, how did you come up with the brand? What was your vision behind it? And tell us a little bit about the story and how you developed your business and what made you decide to take that plunge into entrepreneurship and owning your own business.
So long story, I'm gonna try to make it really short though, like a couple minutes. But long story, I was working in the music industry. I had a couple artists that I was working with, and this was 10, almost 15 years ago. And if you know anything about graphic design then and photography then, everybody didn't have a camera. Everybody didn't have a laptop with Photoshop on it. Everybody didn't have those things. So the cost to get a Photoshop was 3 times the amount of a photo shoot now. The cost of getting graphics done was 3 times the amount that the cost of getting graphics was now. So I got tired of paying people. I got tired of paying people. So I said, I'm gonna teach myself. So I really took like the next 18 months of my life off and I learned Photoshop. And what really started as just me being able to create for my artists, it kind of just snowballed into a business. People were like, well, hey, I heard you do business cards. Hey, I heard you do flyers. Hey, I heard you do posters. And then hey, I heard you do this. And then on top of that, I think after a few years of just designing, made some money. I was like, okay. And then people were giving me selfies. Like people would literally get their phones, take a selfie and send it to me for like the business stuff. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like,
right.
So I went out and bought a camera. I bought a camera and I started charging for photos. And the crazy thing is about it, I developed a passion for photography as a result. So I prefer to do photography than I prefer to do any of the other stuff, but it's all encompassed into one. And that's how we came. So, we wanted to put a business name together, a business model, because what we do is special. What we do is quality. What we do is clean. We don't do, the riffraff. So we stand on quality. That's it. Like if it's not quality, I don't put my name on it. I don't put my name behind it.
Right.
So that's really how the business got started. Brand New Consulting Group, and then the brand responsibly hashtag was birthed just because so many people brand irresponsibly.
Right.
So many people figure they don't take it serious. They don't take their brand serious. And I've helped so many people make so much money because they brand it responsibly. So what people tend to do is take shortcuts, trying to just get branding material out.
Right.
And what it does is it hurts the business in the long run. You jump out of the gate and you look the part, you make the part, you make the money. It comes back to you.
Absolutely. So would you say that one of your keys to success then would be quality and working with quality clientele and things like that, just always making sure that you align yourself with the right type of clients to help propel your business?
Across the board, you have to put out a quality product, but you also have to be a quality person. Right. And a lot of clients don't want to hear this, but you have to be a quality client.
Right.
And what I mean by quality client, I don't mean like a high dollar client or you rich or you got it going on. Just if I'm going to be a high quality businessman, which means I have to be a high quality man. If you're going to be a high quality client, you got to be a high quality person.
Right.
I don't mesh well with low quality people. Low quality people tend to take shortcuts, tend to not care about the process. They just want the product. I work with people who care about the process as well as the product.
Wow, that's amazing. So, and when it comes to branding, what would you say are some of the things that put you on that high quality? Like, what's the difference in some of the things that people can do to avoid, from your professional opinion? What are some of the tips that certain people can do? Of course, contacting with you or connecting with you so that they can, work on their brand. But what are some of the other things that they can do before they get to you?
Clarity.
Okay.
Clarity is important. If you're not clear on what you're doing, you're not going to be clear on what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like even, we have these consultations and what I do is what I do is I try to establish clarity. Okay. What is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you want to do? And once I hear your goals, then I decide, okay, I can help you do that. I can help you get to where you need to go. Right. Just clarity. Clarity is the tunnel vision. That's like you have to have it in order to make the moves that you want to make.
That focus. And so when it comes to clarity in a business, would you say that they have to have the whole outline of what they want to do? What type of clarity are you looking for when they come to you? Do you want them to have it from point A to the end, or how much of clarity do you want your clients to have?
And I think in the beginning process, I speak of clarity in terms of transparency. You have to, a lot of people don't know anything about this, right? They don't know anything about branding. They just see it and say, oh, I think that's what I need, or somebody told me I need to be branding, or someone told me I need to be marketing. So no, you don't, to answer the question, no, you don't have to have it all together, right? But that's what we do. When you contact me, we have that strategy session and we together get clear on what but transparency is important because I get people all the time that say, well, the biggest thing that I hear is, well, my first question is, what do you do? Who do you work with?
Right.
And well, I am a landscaper and I work with everybody.
Right.
So then my next question is, well, what are your goals? How much money do you want to make? What do you, and how much money do you make now as opposed to how much do you want to make? I'm making $4,000 a month now, but I want to make $15,000 a month. I want to make $20,000 a month. Okay, cool. So in order to make $20,000 a month, we have to stop working with everybody. And we have to just work with the few that have what we need, the resources. We don't need $150,000 houses. We need 10 $500,000 houses to make the money that we need to make, and that makes it simpler. That makes it clearer. That makes it easier to manage.
Right.
So that's what we do. No, you don't have to have it all together, but you have to be willing to get it together.
Right. I love that. So you have to be open to if you don't have it together, like you just said, if you don't have it together, you have to be willing to organize it, put it together, learn, and realize you may not have it perfect, but by working with someone or sitting down and getting that clarity that you can be on the right path to establishing your business and your brand correctly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. So with this whole, the coronavirus thing that's going on right now in the market and all of this, how does that play with branding? What would you say to people who have businesses, who You know, what would you say to that with everything that's going on?
This is the thing, and I'm, if you look at, I think, can you see my TV? I'm looking at the news now. Oh, you can't see it behind the plant.
Right.
But I stay glued to what's going on.
Okay.
And so I don't want to sound the wrong way. I stay glued to what's going on, but I understand that there's another agenda being played out as we watch this unfold on television, right? Okay. So understanding that, what I would say to the entrepreneur, now is not the time to quit.
Right.
Now is not the time to gather all your coins and hunker roll. It's not the time to do that. My belief is that this will only last maybe another 60 days tops. Okay. My belief is that the entrepreneur and the business owner that is able to pivot, that is able to adjust.
Right.
Not we can't do this. My barbers can't move like this. My hairstylists can't move like this. They have to move like this. Right. You don't even have to find a way around what's going on to still make the money that they need to make. The entrepreneurs and the business owners that are able to pivot, that are able to adjust in this time frame, they will come out on the other side of this storm light years ahead of the pack.
Right. And just like with our company, with Keys to Success, with the business and brand, our intentions prior to coronavirus was to go to people and interview them at their place of business, at different locations. And we had to make that adjustment to say, okay, even though we have the coronavirus, we have this, where everyone proceed forward with our interviews, but we'll just do everything virtually. And it just so happens everybody else, is doing things virtually as well. So it kind of plays into that adjusting, even though you were working your business and doing it one way, just make slight adjustments and continue to move forward. Don't show because things are stopping, but continue to move forward irregardless of what's happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. So when it comes to Jarvis as a business professional, what would you say are some of your keys to your success with being the businessman that you are today? What are some of the things that you're like, you know what? It's because I did this that I'm at this place right now. I made this decision to be this type of person, and that's why I'm consistent with my branding company to this day.
The biggest thing, that's a great question. The biggest thing that has made me what we are, what this business is, what this company is I go back to my music industry days, right? And you've dealt in the music industry some. You have to be somewhat of an animal. You have to be somewhat of a beast. You have to be somewhat of like aggressive. Right. You have to be aggressive, and that's in everything that you do. You have to aggressively create. You have to aggressively write. You have to aggressively produce. You have to aggressively market. I'm not gonna lie, this is the key. And you were right. I asked you earlier, like, how do you, I gotta write this stuff down. But no, once you asked, it hit me.
Right.
My key is I take the same principles I use in the music industry and I apply them to business. I am aggressive. I am offensive. I am informative. I am talented. And I aggressively present that every time out. If I put out a flyer, it's a statement. If I put out anything, everything we make is a statement. And when I work with other brands, I bring them into that same fold, and they become aggressive. They become rappers. I treat business like the rap industry. I'm just super aggressive.
So with that, as to be a successful rapper or to be a successful entrepreneur or any sort of career, that aggression and that hustle it's like Diddy's ultimate hustle. So you bring that hustle to it and that drive to say, listen, get out of my way. Here I come. No matter what, I'm going to bring this passion and the force towards your business to make sure you get it done no matter what.
Absolutely. You hear these artists and they say, well, I wake up at 5 and I gotta go work out till 7, and then I have to go to the studio from 9 to 12, and then I got shows from 12 to 10 o'clock that night, and then we got to travel to the next city. It's the same. I got a photo shoot at 12. I got to come back and edit photos. I got flyers to put out. I have to coaching consultation. It's the same thing every day. It's the same thing.
So keeping your calendar full, keeping your day full, and making sure that you're just you're not sitting there waiting for your business to happen for you, but you're creating the things in your business that you need to have there, and you're making sure that you're following through with everything that you have established within your company.
Absolutely.
On that drive, so you're keeping your calendar full.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, I think a lot of people now in business, especially with the coronavirus and things like that, or whatever, and even before the coronavirus, they'll find themselves kind of, oh, it's the weekend, let me sit on the couch, let me watch TV, let me just spend a lot of time catching up on movies, let me catch up on my show. Where as an entrepreneur and as a hustler, and as someone who's committed to making sure their brand is successful, that's just not something, I know for me, that's not something I do. And I would assume that's not something you do as well.
This is the most TV I've watched in about 5 years, 6 years. This is the most TV that
This is my first time turning on my television in 4 years to watch the news. I mean, I've had it on like once in a blue on a Sunday, probably once a quarter. I'll watch something on the Shark Tank. But other than that, I've never watched the news in 4 years. So I'm like, fine. I turned it on and I finally watched it. But I'm like, okay, maybe I should know what's going on. But yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's fantastic. So besides the brand company and brand responsibly, tell us, is there other projects and things that you're working on currently?
I'm working on a lot. I'm working on a lot. Just and when you meet people along the way, and you know this, like, because you're successful and you meet people and things roll and you go to. So yeah, I'm working on a few different things. I got a couple magazines that we're putting together. That I'm working with a few different models with. I'm actually working on a reality show for real estate agents. Yeah, we're working on that. Corona has slowed everything down, but we're still doing our interviews and things of that nature. I got some really big stuff working. God doesn't really release you to say certain things, so I'm gonna be quiet about a few things. But as soon as, again, like earlier I said, those of us that continue to move throughout this epidemic, throughout the pandemic, we're gonna come on the other side of this storm like light years ahead of the pack, because they're just gonna be, okay, now it's safe to do this, now it's safe to do that. So yeah, I got some really big things I'm working on. Had some mishaps happen, things happen. But we're here now. So
so what would you say? I mean, when things like that, when you have those mishaps happen, when you have obstacles that may come along the way within your business, but you have that vision and you have that goal and you're diligent, what would you say are some of the things where you're like, would you say you have to push forward no matter what through anything?
You have to. You have to. It's not even an option. You have to, or you're gonna get left behind.
Right.
But that's just with anything. Your business has hurdles. My business has hurdles. Business has hurdles. So it's up to us to clear the hurdles. Coronavirus is nothing but a hurdle. There's actually, like I said, those of us that continue to press. Right. You just created an entirely new stream of revenue with keys to success. You just created an entirely new stream of business with keys to success because of coronavirus. So we talk trash all day about it, but it's a blessing. I launched the online course as related. No, I'm not doing a class. No, I'm not doing a graphic design class. I launched the online course. It actually launches today. Due to coronavirus. We have to go digital. Okay. So I can't pack 20 people into a classroom once a week to teach them graphic design. Instead, I put together an online course. They can go learn at their own pace. It's a 6-week class. And when they're done, they'll be able to design almost as good as me.
Now, with the online course, is this something that you are actually working with them on, or is it already pre-recorded and they can kind of, I know you said at your own pace.
So we have lessons. We have the lessons outlined. So those are pre-recorded. But in the chat room, hey Jarvis, this is what I have. This is, how did you do this? How do we do this? How do I achieve this? So there's a community aspect of it where everybody can come in and ask questions and get their questions answered. We have a coaching call Monday nights at 6 o'clock. So if you want one-on-one assistance, come on to the coaching call. Show me your screen. We do it through Zoom. So they show me their screens, and we help them achieve the goals that they're trying to achieve. And what this does is it gives them an opportunity to maintain their business during coronavirus. So they don't have to go out and pay a marketing or a branding guy like myself to do their branding and the flyers, and they don't have to. They can do it themselves. Save the money. I'm not gonna flex. We have the time now. There's no way to do it. They have the time now. Now they can save their money. Not only can they save their money, they can reach out to another business and say, "Hey, allow me to help you create your marketing material so you can stay afloat during this time." They're able to do that. So now they're making money, saving money. Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Wow. So with that program, if people they can sign up today. You said it launches today.
They can sign up today. The early bird registration is over, but and we have to be honest, like we're giving away Photoshop. Like we're providing, this is a $240 program. The early bird registration was $99. So if I never teach you anything, you got your money's worth out of the course the moment we put Photoshop on your computer. You know what I'm saying? So we give you Photoshop, we give you 100 fonts, advanced professional fonts. We give you 10 flyer design templates. We give you 10 business card design templates. We give you well over $2,000 worth of value in just registering for the course. So right now the course is at $299.99. But if anybody comes from Keys to Success, we'll get them back in at the early bird special.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So
they make you Keys to Success.
And they think, when they watch the replay that you do that, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So now when it comes to the course that you have and all of these things and family life, what would you say is like, how do you do it all? How do you run? Because I know you have a family and then you have your business. What are some of your keys to managing all of those things?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I suck at managing business and family. Okay. I suck at it. I'm not I'm not good at it at all because I feel like now it's just we got to seize this moment. Like you got to seize this moment. It's fourth quarter every day with 2 minutes left and you down by 10, and that's how I operate every day. I spend time with, I do those things, but I probably don't spend nearly as much as I should or as I need to. Okay. And they understand. They know what I'm working for. They know when it's all said and done, I'll be home all the time and won't. They won't be able to get rid of me
ahead of time. That's awesome. Is there any advice that you would give to someone looking to start a branding company? Did you have a mentor before you started this, or you kind of learned it and you did everything, you figured it out? But what advice would you give someone who's potentially looking into getting into branding and things like that? Do you offer mentoring programs or mentorship?
I do offer mentorship. I'm gonna be honest. I started this thing 10, 15 years ago and I was just figuring it out. It was last year, right after my father passed, I decided to hire a mentor. I decided to hire a coach and changed my life. Changed my business life, changed my life. And just to give it a little bit more context, the program that I entered is it has 6 modules, right? It has 6 modules to it. I completed module 2, I started this in May. I completed module 2, May, June, July, maybe in July. And I haven't, my business has taken off so much. I haven't even been back to complete the other 4 modules. So
would you say that another one of your keys to success would be hiring a coach to help to elevate you in your business?
Absolutely. And that's any profession. That's if you want to be a realtor, you want to be a cleaner, it doesn't matter. Hire somebody that has proven success. Hire someone that has proven numbers. And like the guy that I ended up going with, you probably see he hacked it. I think he hacked the internet. His ads are everywhere. If I go to Bible.com, I see his ads with his testimonials. If I go to Playboy, it doesn't matter where I go, his ads are everywhere. So shout out to Mark. Taught me a lot, showed me a lot. So yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
You said his name was what?
Marquell Russell. Shout out to him. He showed me a lot, taught me a lot. I owe a lot of like the growth that my business experienced like in the last 9 months is ridiculous.
Yeah, I would definitely say in my company, and that's phenomenal. So congratulations to you on that growth and on taking that step and watching the videos and just saying, being humble enough within your business to say, you know what, it's okay. Other people and learning from others. But I could definitely say in my business, since with even the real estate investment company, the branding, all of these things, I have learned from other people, and I study success. And that's one of the reasons why I started Keys to Success, so that others could learn how to study success and other tips from other business professionals on what it takes to become successful. So that, I mean, that's really powerful, that hiring a mentor helped to elevate and grow your business in that manner.
One thing that he said that really stuck out with me, he said, "Hey Jarvis, if you needed to fly a plane for the Cayman Islands,
right?
Could you hop in a plane and do it yourself?" And I said, "No." Yeah. He said, "So if you want to make $1 million in a year, can you just go out and do it on your own? Do you have what it takes? Do you know what you need to do?" And I said, "No." He said, "That's why you need to hire me."
Right. Yeah. And your network equals your net worth. So who you associate with, who you learn from, who you surround yourself with, that really plays a part in your financial growth and the things that you're learning and developing along the way. So, I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else that you would want to add before we jump off here? I want to thank you also for just taking time out of your afternoon to, share your keys to success in your business and who you are as a business professional. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I mean, I'm just regurgitating and repeating what I said in the past. This is not the time to recluse. This is not the time to pack up and sit on your eggs. Now, I'm not, by no stretch of the imagination, am I saying go out and be reckless or make reckless investments. But what I am saying is now is not the time to hide. I'm gonna say, and in 3 months from now, we're gonna come back and do this again. I'm gonna have you on my show. And I'm gonna say, Akil, remember when we talked about the entrepreneurs that pressed through that storm?
Right.
Look at where they are now. Look at where they are now, and we'll be able to see it. It'll be clear as day.
Right. And honestly, I'm sure there are some people right now who are more than likely at home, in bed, scared, crying, upset that their jobs have stopped and things like that. And they don't necessarily realize that this is actually a blessing in disguise for them to take a moment, take out a pen and paper, and just identify what are some of their goals inside of their heart, some things that they always wanted to do, but they couldn't do because they were stuck in that 9 to 5. Now is the time to seize the moment to expand your businesses and expand your thoughts and expand yourself as a business professional.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm in agreement.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, Jarvis, I thank you again for taking the time again to be on this, allowing me to interview you on Keys to Success.
No problem. Anytime. Anything you want, let me know. We're here for it. Let me know. I love your lighting. Your lighting is just amazing. I'm coming over to steal that light.
No, you cannot steal my light. This is, I mean, I investing in just making sure things, like you said, that professional look and having things done correctly is really important. And I learned from some of the best in the business on how to do that correctly. So I thank you for everything that you share with me within my company and to help with my business growth as well. And, if you would, make sure you share your link to your program and your website and your IG. Where can people find you on social media?
I'm on Instagram at brandnewconsultinggroup. I'm on Facebook, Brand New Consulting Group, Facebook, Jarvis, Releford. A lot of the stuff that happens goes on my personal page, and we just shoot it out to all the different other pages. But find me online, www.brand-responsibly.com. So brand-responsibly.com. And that's where you can find everything that we're doing, everything that we're working on. I can't wait. I just can't wait for the. I can't wait for Corona to be over with. But I just can't wait for the future. Like I'm excited about everything.
I totally agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, it's changed things, but it's like there's a blessing in this. And if we just identify what that blessing is, even taking this time to pause and get realigned, it's all going to work out for the better for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys can go ahead and follow Jarvis. Check out his content. He's a phenomenal photographer and really very fast, very professional. And I'm just grateful for the time to sit here and speak with you here on the show. You guys, thank you for tuning in. I will be back with you all on Friday, where we will be interviewing our power couples. We air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Fridays are geared towards power couples, Monday and Wednesday towards local business professionals. And I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Jarvis, thank
All right.
you again.
No problem. Thank y'all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys.